No, this is not a drill. This is not clickbait. Elena has finally been shown off for Street Fighter 6, and despite how scarred I am by her iteration and healing in Street Fighter 4, I have to admit, she looks pretty good.
So as you guys just heard, Elena is finally here. She's finally revealed. So I'm going to play my own reaction to the trailer first, and then we're going to discuss a few of the ways that the community has been reacting to the news. So stay tuned, and if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you're a returning viewer, be sure to let me know down below. And with all that being said, let's get straight into it. Let's check out this Elena trailer that supposedly just dropped. Elena SF6. Live reactions. I was actually really excited for Elena, so I'm hopeful for this trailer. Yo, the zebra pants is gas, dude, by the way. Yeah, I'm definitely very interested in this. I think the latest. June 5th? So, okay. Just under a month away. That kind of sucks, but I mean, at the same time, I kind of get it. Isn't June 5th the same day that the Switch 2 releases? June 5th, yeah, okay, that's what I figured. But yeah, I mean, we can't really see much, right? But, dude, this character, I think this character is sweet. I think this character is super dope. So firstly, I need to address the elephant in the room and just say that June 5th is obviously 2 months away. It's currently April 12th, so we've got just under 2 months now. So that was wrong initially. But moving forward, as you guys heard in the intro part of this video, Brian F has already made a video on this that's elaborating more about Elena specific stuff, what she had in SF4, and as well as what she might look like in 6. This video I want to be a little bit more structured towards the community, because people are not super happy about the way that this DLC has been handled, and most pro players feel that Capcom has honestly just given up on the competitive scene entirely. Now, with that being said, a large majority of the people that have reacted to this content so far are upset because of the scheduling. People are upset because this character was supposed to be a spring release. They're expecting her, you know, probably mid to late spring, and this is the absolute last minute that they could have released her before it's past due. It's not technically a lie, right? Like they are releasing her at the tail end of spring, but it does kind of feel bad just because this game, as much as I love this game definitely is very content starved. I mean, even Costume 3 released December 1st of 2023. Almost a full year and a half has passed since any costumes were released for this game. World Tour isn't getting massive updates, and it seems like Battle Hub has largely remained the same as well. Granted, I don't put much time into these modes, so I don't really have all the answers according to what's changed and what's different about them from patch to patch, but as a casual player, which is who I am trying to represent in the majority of my videos, you can't really tell a difference between any of the content. So the only way that it really is apparent is if there's a new costume out, new stages out, new music, whatever, right? But there has been nothing, which understandably a lot of people are angry about. I've honestly been waiting for Elena. She's pretty much the only reason that I actually committed to buying the Season 2 pass. And I've been waiting in anticipation for her for a while now, so to hear that she's coming out June 5th, I'm definitely a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, I'm more so just glad that we finally got the announcement. Furthermore, I'm ecstatic that the announcement wasn't, like, terrible. They could have released the trailer, she could have looked lame, people could have hated her design, but for the most part, there was positive feedback in those realms, which I think is extremely important for the health of the DLC market. Now, the last thing that I'm going to cover in this is going to be something really brief because it's something that I don't really know that much about anymore, and that's pro players being super upset about the fact that the DLC content isn't being released in cohesion with CPT. And what I mean by that is that there are 2 offline events for CPT that will occur before Elena releases, which is EVO Japan 2025 as well as Combo Breaker, which are both pretty big names in tournaments, especially considering the fact that they're going to be playing on a patch that's going to be different from all of the other majors following them. Which means one of 2 things, realistically speaking. Either Elena's going to come out as well as the balance patch, which is seemingly how they've done it every time before this, or they could release a balance patch before all the CPT events and then have Elena be her own update. I think that this one is slightly less likely just because, like most players have said, Capcom is not acting in the best interest of the competitive environment. They're acting in the best interest of the casual player base, which, as much as it sucks, makes a lot of sense from a company perspective. Only the highest single-digit percentage of players actually make it to offline events. While those offline events should do a great job at marketing and releasing their game to a larger audience, but if you ask me, Capcom's not really worried about increasing their player base anymore. They've definitely established a very large player base. As of January 2024, SF6 has surpassed 3 million copies sold. In comparison to previous iterations of the game, this may not seem like that much, considering the fact that Street Fighter V sold 7.2 million copies as of March 2023, but it didn't reach this milestone until 7 years into the game. So for SF6 in its first year to sell 3 million copies, which is almost half of what SF5 made, I'd say is pretty impressive and definitely proves that Capcom has amassed a large enough player base to experiment with some other aspects of their game outside of competitive play. But that's all I've got for today. I just wanted to do a quick little glance into the community's opinions of how Capcom's handling this. And overall, I think that Elena looks really cool. I'm really excited for her. I'm really happy that we finally got a release date for her. I am unfortunately a little bit disappointed that it's so far out, but like I said, I'm just happy we're getting her. Now, with all that being said, if you guys made it this far in the video, first off, thank you. Second off, consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribing, possibly sharing this video to a friend or 2. It would greatly help me out. And with all that being said, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Later.